Alright, guys. Basically, I'm just waiting for some people to join before I start talking. Um, we got about 10 minutes before we actually start, but I wanted to start a little early. I'm going to start by welcoming you all. Chat about. Okay, ask anything. Ask or talk about whatever you want. Wow. Yeah, um, yeah, while waiting. Wait a minute. I just got something on my screen. Waiting for it. I didn't hit that. Okay. And my laptop was acting weird. So yeah, guys, you can talk about like whatever, but I'm waiting before I talk about football. I want to make sure give people first chance since I did say 2 o'clock. But how are you guys doing? Ask anything. Talk about whatever. Basically, I took a break from YouTube to really focus on some of my schoolwork and the holidays and all that. So that's part of the reason why I haven't really been on. Um, Still got this. If I pull it like that, maybe you guys can see it. Oh, then you can't see me. There we go. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Maybe if I did this, no. Yeah, that won't work. I thought it was a good idea. But yeah, I got this George Kittle jersey for Christmas. Dope. It's really nice fabric and everything. Similar to what I assume the players wear. I wouldn't know. So I think their jerseys can rip easily for safety precaution. But yeah, I am officially going to get into the football in like 10 minutes. So if you're joining for that, just wait. How have you guys been doing? I haven't been on very. Sunday was my first day back, and I thought I'd do a recap of this week. Talk about my Super Bowl predictions. I have a really big shocker that you guys probably won't agree with, but I want my chance to explain it, and you guys tell me what you think after I explain it. So that would be interesting. Yeah, just waiting for people to join. I know one person has joined. That's cool. Always feel free to chat. I answer pretty much anything. Within absolute with like in reason. I'm not going to give out like super personal information, but I'll answer a question to the best of my ability with an answer of some sort. So try me. I'm kind of like Siri right now, so I have a lot of things that I can respond to. So yeah, um, I'm actually going to get into football. I'm going to start um, by saying this was a great football week. I'm not gonna. I mean, it's 152. I might as well start. This has been a great football week. We've had Washington lose and fire their quarterback. That was pretty funny, especially after what he stupid things he did with at the club or whatever. I'm not going to go into whatever that is, but he was not wearing a mask, which breaks protocol in two ways. You're not supposed to leave your team's bubble. You're not supposed to um, uh, go to a crowded place. Oh, I guess the third one. He went to a he did not have a mask. That's three things he broke, and that hurt team protocol. It wasn't the first time he's done something in this nature, so they released him. And if Smith's healthy, they may have a chance to go to the playoffs. Not going to go much further than that. But if he's, but if they have used that guy Heineke, I think it's pronounced. I don't have faith in that they will win the division. I think the Cowboys will overtake it because they have the experienced quarterback, and they're both playing teams within their division, which are all crappy. So, um, yeah, Washington has to play the Eagles, and so yeah, and then what do you call it? Cowboys have to play the Giants. So yeah. Oh hey, how you doing? So I'm basically talking about football right now. We could also talk about really anything, but the whole point is like we're talking about this week of football. But yeah. Um, so like I said, you can ask anything throughout this while I'm explaining football. Um, so yeah, so basically I think Washington and the Cowboys won't make it past the first round, but I'm gonna go on to yeah, definitely. I know they're out of the playoffs, but I think next year they'll be good again. Um, they just had a lot of injuries. Yeah, the Niners would be in the playoffs picture right now if it weren't for all those key injuries. We basically were using guys off that were like from the streets that like weren't even in the league at the time. Some of our players, I'm pretty sure, a bunch of undrafted guys, all that, and it was a tough season for 49er fans. Kittle is back, so that's awesome. Uh, but yeah, they did beat the Cardinals, which completely changes the Cardinals' chances of making the playoffs. That's interesting to think about. Uh, so yeah, a lot happened this week. Somehow the Browns lost to the Jets. That's pretty bad. And the Jets shouldn't be trying to win. They should have tried to get the number one draft pick. And then they beat the Rams. And they beat the Rams. I don't know what they're doing. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm actually rooting for the Packers this year. Especially since I'll get into my Super Bowl picks now. The Packers are my NFC pick, and I think they're gonna play the Titans. And in fact, if you really want to go into it, I picked the Titans in the AFC because I think that they're going to learn from their mistake of the last time we played the Chiefs, and the Chiefs don't have the run defense they need to stop Derrick Henry. So if that came down to that matchup, the only I think that the Titans would make the Super Bowl if it all worked out to them playing each other. I know it's unpopular opinion, but that run defense is just terrible for the Chiefs, and I noticed that you can't come if it comes to basically if the Titans get a lead, like a 2 touchdown lead or like a 10-point lead. I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to hold on this time. That's just who they are. They're a pretty good team once they have the lead. So, and the Chiefs, I don't think they're going to come back twice against that team. So I'm actually picking the Titans. Packers Super Bowl, and this time it will be sunny, unlike last week. So it'll actually be kind of interesting. My second pick actually would be the Bills, just because they're red hot right now, and then come the Chiefs. As far as who I think will make the Super Bowl in the AFC, I don't pick the Chiefs. I think that they're just a little too cocky for me, and it's hard to repeat. Going to back-to-back Super Bowls, I don't think that they have the same. I don't think Andy Reid is. I think Andy Reid's going to make a mistake along the way that's going to cost him. I don't pick Andy Reid to win many. He hasn't won many playoff games. So last year, he barely beat the Niners, and it was coaching by the Niners that he had to face a pretty bad coach. And I don't think Vrabel makes the same mistake twice. But that's my playoff. But I do pick the Packers to win in the Super Bowl over the Titans. They can't stop the run, but also the Titans, I feel like are it's going to be hard to keep. The experience of Aaron Rodgers will balance that out. The only reason the Packers didn't win last year was because they had to play the 49ers defense, and there was absolutely zero. And also, Aaron Jones was not developed yet. So I'm picking the Packers to have to get redeem themselves in the NFC Championship and win the Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers and LaFleur are on the same page now. So yeah, those are my predictions: Packers over Titans in the Super Bowl. So that should be interesting. I could do it anytime you want. Um, yeah, definitely. You could do a Q&A anytime on this channel. You could always stop me and ask any questions. It even says at the top of the chat, ask about whatever you want while waiting. So yeah, I'll definitely do like a full on Q&A about what you guys thought of the season, what you guys think of the Super Bowl when that happens, and I will be doing live. I'll be doing live games starting in round one of the playoffs, and I'll be doing one for each game. I'll probably so yeah. All right, see you soon. It was really nice talking to you. So yeah. Basically this is that basically sums up all the football side. We'll be doing a Q&A after each playoff round. So feel free to um, uh, reflect on those games. And also at the Super Bowl, we're going to do it's going to be a bigger Q&A about what you guys think of the season and what my thoughts are on what the season are. Like, were there any letdowns about the playoffs, and were the matchups fair, or was something a fluke? So that is it for. I know I said I'd go starting at 2, but this video should be out at 2. I guess I don't know. I don't have much to talk about right now. I just finished talking about the football. Oh, do you guys think? I will talk about the draft. Do you think the Niners should trade up to get a quarterback? Um, you can't trade up to get Lawrence. Jacksonville is going to stick with Lawrence, but do you think the Niners should trade up? The Jets were thinking about trading their pick at this point because they can't get Lawrence, and they don't really, and there's no other QB they really want. They're just kind of all or nothing. So drafting a quarterback for them. So I don't think the Niners should trade up to all the way to number 2. The Niners need secondary. That's what I think, especially because we're not going to re-sign Richard Sherman most likely. And honestly, I think Richard Sherman's done. He's not as fast as he used to be. Great leader, taught a lot to our younger guys, but that's about it. That's about all I can say about that. Yeah, and then I don't think the Niners need to trade up. I think the Jets may trade their pick, but it won't be worth as much as most number 2 overall picks. I think Najee Harris is going to be picked later on because usually people don't pick running backs first unless you're the Jaguars with Fournette or Saquon. Picking and the Giants, which both turned out not to work that well. Elliott, I guess, has worked out. They haven't won a Super Bowl, but Elliott's a rare case. I think Najee Harris is going to be a beast in the NFL. He's already got the size for a running back. He's got the power. He's got the speed. He's got great. I'm hoping the Niners could maybe pick him. I think he's projected. ETN's a good option at the receiver position from Clemson. Those are the 2 running backs I'm really looking at. Is the only 2 running backs I could think of that I think right now will be immediately like super good in the NFL. If you don't have a I wouldn't waste a top 10 draft pick on them, but like definitely first round, before around like in the teens, like maybe like somewhere between 10 and 21 and 20, around somewhere between the 10th and the 20th pick. I'd pick one of them, specifically Najee. ETN's a little smaller, but he's maybe ETN's better in the passing game if that's what you want from your running back, if that's the type of running back you need. But I don't think Ian Book's going to be that good. Most Notre Dame quarterbacks have not been. Although they haven't really had this good a quarterback since Brady Quinn. Deshaun Kaiser's been terrible in the NFL. And Brady Quinn was too small. Ian Book's got the size and everything. I just don't think he has the decision making, and he doesn't have this quick enough decision making. Holds on the ball all the time. Not as accurate of a thrower. He has the size though and athleticism. Doesn't take care of the ball well. He holds it out like out like that, and often gets he fumbles it a lot. So I'm the only quarterback, and Ohio State quarterbacks never work out. So yeah. Oh hey, I'm talking about the draft at this point, but if you I just thought to let you know I'm picking the Packs all the way. Yeah, I'm picking the Packs all the way at this point. For sure. they're the top. I definitely pick Aaron Rodgers. I think it's his year. The way he's playing, they also have a better defense than last year. They got a better run, and Aaron Jones is fully developed at this point, and he's a beast. So as long as that's still working for them, and Devontae Adams has been incredible. So I'm picking them over the Titans in the Super Bowl. I don't think that the Chiefs are good enough to repeat. I think Andy Reid's going to screw it up. So yeah, that's basically a recap. And the reason I picked Titans is I don't think Vrabel is going to make the same mistake he did last year of letting Mahomes come back. And I think Tannehill is more used to the offense, so they could hold the ball a little bit longer and have better passing game. Chiefs can't stop the run at all, and a guy like Derrick Henry. So yeah. Uh, I'd argue DK Metcalf is up there with him. But it's kind of a tie. It depends on what you look for, right? Metcalf doesn't have as good a hands or route running, but the athleticism of Metcalf is better. So and the blocking is better. But I'd say if you're looking for a guy that can catch it every time, I'd say Devontae Adams. But also, I'll admit it, I watched the Seahawks more than I watched the Packers. So yeah. But like I said, his hands aren't as good though. Like, if Metcalf had Devontae Adams' hands, that would be basically a perfect storm, just like Calvin Johnson was. When if you put them together, that's what you get. One of the greatest receivers of all time. And also Metcalf's just so yeah. I think usually players don't win more than one MVP. I feel like I think he should. He should have already like 4 or 5 MVPs, but they don't give it to people twice. So that's my law. That's kind of where I think the voters won't do it because he's not as exciting to watch as like a Patrick Mahomes type guy. I think Mahomes then again, you don't usually get it twice, so I don't know who's going to get it this year. He definitely deserved it. Yeah, I know. I honestly I think Mahomes isn't. People say he's next Joe Montana. Me being a 49er fan, and me watching all the tape of Joe Montana, I have a hard time agreeing with that. Probably, but also at the same time, like if Mahomes were in the same era as Joe Montana, I'm not sure that he'd be durable enough. Yeah, just they like fresh faces. And so yeah, I mean Aaron Rodgers is clearly like from a talent perspective, like from like putting it on the dot and like deep balls and considering his weapons compared to Mahomes, I say he did a lot more for his team than Mahomes did. Rodgers is probably deserves it every year. I feel like, other than the years where he's injured. That one year where they had to put in Hundley, and LaFleur, I think they're finally on track. So that's why I'm picking the Packers. I just think they have a Rodgers and Devontae Adams, and everything's just coming together. Has finally come together with that team. I mean, I just feel that way. They still got I feel like they got one of the best pass rushes. So, but yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. Basically, yeah. So I'll see you guys next time. It was a nice surprise seeing the Rodden Banana and Caden Rogers. They're really awesome. They've been with me from the beginning, and looks like they're still like tuning in. I'm always willing to talk, as you can see, with people, and it doesn't always have to be about football. So, but in general, I talk about football and baseball. So yeah, I took a break because I had to focus on school and getting ready for the holidays and adjusting to COVID. It was my first time taking online classes, all sorts of things where like I had to take a break. But I'm back and I'm gonna finish off this football season. Going to do baseball. I'm thinking about doing basketball just because I wouldn't be watching the season otherwise because my team is out of it completely. Like from the get go, I'm the Warrior fan. Grew up a Kevin Durant fan, but I don't like him anymore. So, but I'll see you guys next time. Can't wait. Once we get deeper into basketball season, I'll make my decision on that. Ba- uh, Baseball won't start until like around the time basketball ends. So, um, looking forward to it. See you guys. Bye.